Greetings and salutations, as back to looking at episodes of the anime Yu Yu Hakusho. And this time we're looking at episodes 6 to 16 through episode 20. Listen, episode 16. Beiko, the White Tiger. Goro Yangang. And Kyubara, a man's fight. This episode came out, the dub of it was June 8th, 2002. Yusuke and company continued their entry into Mei's castle, confronting Beiko, a predatory white tiger demon, and Kyubara having improved upon his spirit sword since Genkai's tournament, as on proving himself to the others by handling this gigantic saint beast alone. Go Kyubara. So we know that Kyubara is kind of dim at times, but this episode shows how clever he actually can be by stabbing. What happens is that the white tiger, basically what he can do is he can take parts of himself and transform it into miniature beasts. And so he does is Kyubara basically gets them all to run towards him, and on the bridge stabs them all into one like a giant shish kebab, and then he runs around, causes them to be turned into a giant donut, running into a circle around the tower. And one thing that I think that affects the antagonist is that the more Kyubara tries to hack and slash him, he just gets bigger and bigger by, taking bits of his spiritual energy. And yeah, I thought this episode was pretty good. I thought it was very entertaining. I thought the fight sequence is good. I really like Kyubara as a character. I really do. So yeah, whenever I get the chance to just praise him as a character, I'm gonna do that.
Do you think he knows it's a circle?
You just twisted shit! I don't believe this. That's a little move I like to call the Spirit Sword Monster Beast Donut.
Episode 17, Beiko's Lair. The Hellish Roar, June 15th, 2002. Kyubara's fight with him continues as the White Tiger consumes the boy's spirit energy, growing larger and more threatening by the bite. While back on Earth, Botan struggles alone against the spreading psychotic influence of the, Mako insects. Kyubara has to fight the bad guy in 2 rounds, sort of like how in previous episodes, say, Yusuke has had to fight enemies 2 times. In a way, after he overfeeds him by, giving him too much of his spiritual energy.
What the?
It's getting smaller. Exactly. Proportional to Byaku's increase. He's stealing Kuwabara's energy.
Then the second time, he has to fight him while leapfrogging. I did say leapfrogging. He's leapfrogging over, bits of, rock formations to not fall into lava. And I gotta say, when he uses his sword as a whip to, pole jump over onto the ledge where the antagonist is, and then just punches him into the lava, and I thought, yes, that's what I'm talking about. It was pretty great. This episode was, had its moments. And episode 18 was Serio, the Blue Dragon. It came out on June 22nd, 2002 for the dub. With 2 Saint Beasts down and 2 to go, Yusuke's team encounters a maze in Mei's castle. Seiryu, the Blue Dragon, greets the boys, and Heihei wants to crack at him. Meanwhile, infections on Earth from the Mako beast insects are getting too much for Botan to handle. So it seems like Heihei is able to beat the bad guy relatively easy, in that he hack and slashes him over and over, apparently 16 times and the blue dragon can freeze his enemies. And he frees Reiko into ice while still alive.
Bastard, how could you kill off your own friend?
Stare at you.
He was a weapon, not a friend. And like a cheap sword, he rusted.
And that, even though he's he's just like, after his head's been like chopped off, he's just like, and I thought this episode was pretty good. I feel like the fight sequences. Here's the thing: when it comes to anime, I really love a good sword fight. Sword fighting in anime, especially for animation, can always be great. In that, for animation, you are always able to get away with something that you wouldn't normally be able to do when it comes to, like, say, movement, because sometimes you're not able to, you have to be able to do these things that aren't always realistic and safe. The output of this episode was pretty good. So, number 19, Cisco, the leader of the Beast. It's June 29th, 2002. As his team fends off an army of cultivated humans, and while Botan keeps Kyoko clear of the homicidal clutches of infected humans back on Earth, Yusuke stands alone against Suzuko, leader and last of the Saint Beast. So Botan and Kyoko have to fight and run away from the zombies, and it's pretty entertaining to watch. And the animation where they're having to defend themselves has horror vibes, and it's done pretty well. Yusuke has to, fight the antagonist this episode. So he has like a little bird that's like almost like a parrot or something like that, and I just like, oh my gosh, like, say, when it comes to animated things, there's always that bird or that, animal companion that is always with the antagonist, because, well, we have to be goofy because...
Oh boy, he's cracked. He's gone nuts. Jafar! Jafar! Get a grip! Good grip.
Prince Ali is nothing more than that ragged urchin Aladdin. He has the Lampiaco.
By that miserable...
But you are going to relieve him of it.
See?
They have the, the bird or animal always just have a goofy voice because, it's silly. And, yeah, the bird is pretty cocky. At the same time, I kept wanting to, say... even though it's a bird, I kept thinking Yusuke was just gonna, do something. And then... but then again, the antagonist was like saying, "You did this," or something like that. Like the waving of the fist in the air and all that. Episode 20 was 7 Ways to Die. July 6th, 2002. Suzuko uses the prism of 7 techniques to create 7 versions of themselves. Not merely copies, each one has independent will and full powers, all aimed at the torture and annihilation of Yusuke. I thought this episode was pretty good, and that the time the antagonist comes off as the judgmental leader, who basically was say, "Now you should not do this, you should not do this," and say, "You're wrong for doing this," or something like that. And when Botan and Kyoko fight back against, the zombie infected, teachers and all that, this was my reaction on it.
Girls do get it done.
Honestly. And, Yusuke finally fighting for his friends, like a lot of animes, because we all know what that means. Friendship is magic!
Now you're going to listen to it! No, please, have mercy on Johnny Steps! And that's why friendship is the best thing ever! Yes, friendship is great. Must go get friends. Brainwashing people is fun!
Yes, it is. I guess we have more in common than I thought.
But it is, yeah, it is. Because, suddenly, now he's got that full potential. But if you really wanted, say, that idea of, say, that power of friendship and all that stuff, check out Fairy Tail. Then that series has probably had too many episodes that I've probably so gosh darn behind. I used to watch that. I used to like that anime. But see you next time.